wherever you are, whatever you do, you recognize moments of completion. When time stops, instantly everything falls in place. Decisions rise naturally in the heart space and cannot be questioned. A sense of deep relaxation and knowing, serenity beyond thought, makes life simpler. This is the nature of the speaking soul. This is truly a wonderful world to live in, despite the hardships, for everything has been born from the One, and shall therefore return to the One. Let us tune with this. I wake up in the morning. I pray to Spirit, the primary source of creation, and ask to be given humility. The artificial mental world that follows my human experience is not more nor less important than other people's. This is the human conditioning. It is a mechanism of human life. As all mechanisms of human life, this one as well has been offered by the One. Therefore, it is not to be questioned nor fought against. I call upon the deeper, inexplicable knowing of the soul, the deep certainty that the human scenarios projected in my mind are variations of similar scenarios of other humans. No one can escape from the mental fuss. Breathe in and out. I know that there is only one source of all creation. I avoid naming. The closer the sensation to the One, the deeper the knowing, an inner reassurance of the simplicity of life. I ask to be offered the treasure of a simple mind, so that the mental fuss calms down and the human experience can more clearly capture the voice of the eternal soul. How is it possible for a human to be truly comforted in the belief that we, as mind-based entities, can grasp the deepest meaning of real life? The deepest meaning of life on earth is life itself, lived as a divine expression, as an action of the One. Every animal, every plant, and humans, every human on earth, despite my judgments, yet another action of the One. Midday comes. I move awareness to the here and now. This is the time-space when I tend to meet the state of inner peace. How can I consciously produce these moments of stillness? There are thoughts, emotions, and self-idolization going on. To really rejoice, I practice ego observation in order to come to a deeper understanding and pure love and compassion for the human condition. I sense my physical body. I feel the touch of my sitting bones. I feel my arms, my legs, the circulation of the breath. I observe the in and out of the air in my lungs. Whenever I turn my attention to the physical here and now, the mental fuss stops for a while and for a moment I feel healed. Why is that? Because the soul is eternal, whole, healed and present. Even the most confident people have not secured their lives with ego movement, and they tend to fall in despair, in the mental I am, because that I brings to humans all spiritual misery. When the self just is, without the fighting fuss of the mental entity, there is not even confidence, there is not pride, no oscillation either. The soul, this is the eternal gift of the One, the original substance within the human triad. This, the soul by default, is healed and non-judgmental, allocated within the non-place, the non-time of oneness, born by and a natural servant of the One. In the afternoon I see the myth. I come back to my mental space. I have not avoided building confidence in my human self, confidence in the mask, the personality, confidence in demonstrated knowledge, in my education, my beliefs, my past experiences that equal the upcoming ones. I come back to my mental perception of the self. The self is the sum of all the words, teachings, feelings and conclusions that I have acquired until now during my human life, plus all the assumptions that are generated within the mind that concern the future. The human self is the sum of other human selves, words, feelings and arguments that I have been taught. The human self is the sum of subjectivity. Born in China 88 years ago, born in Egypt 4,000 years ago, born in Central Africa 200 years ago. The human self is the sum of subjectivity. Deaf, blind, Asperger's syndrome, hit by a mine during war, victim of trafficking, standing in front of the Inquisition, a Native American staring at a rifle with puzzlement. Your human self is already non-existing. Your human self concerns no one but your human self. Your human self is already a fairy tale, a forgotten story. The mask is already a tool exterior to the divine origin. No argument supporting this statement can be offered. However, your human self already is gone. Breathe in and out. Gently come to inner stillness through heart prayer. Heart prayer is the subtle call of the One to strengthen the perception of the soul while still on earth. With each breath, notice the relaxation of your chest area, the magnitude of the heart space. The soul is eternal, not on its own account, but on account of source of all that is. The soul is the non-judgmental observer, non-judgmental of your masked personality, non-judgmental of any other human, non-judgmental of the nature of human conditioning. Now I arrest the mental intrusion. Doubts and aggression are the mental intrusion. Egotistical questions, counter to the human mechanism, are the mental intrusion. Why non-judgmental? Why the bad ones equal to the good ones? What means to be eternal? Why born to be tortured and suffering? How eternal? Why not my mask is not right? Why do you call my mask a mask? Arrest the thoughts, arrest the mask. The evening embraces me. I'll give myself an example. A lion and a man are walking through the forest. They soon begin to boast to each other, for each of them believed that his kind was superior to the others. The man says, "Let me tell you the story of Hercules, tearing the jaws of the lion, placing his trophy onto his head." "See," says the lion, "the story would have been quite different had it been written by the lion." Confidence of the human mask is my biggest trap. It suddenly shakes my human experience, leaving me in despair when it does not find external validation. The next thing is that the same confident mask is now defeated by imaginary enemies, and the false I crashes down. But when this I is turned inside to humbly watch and examine every event that happens in life, every thought that enters uninvited, every emotion triggered by memories, then this false I gains experience of its subjectivity. Then it progresses in understanding and compassion. Then it puts the false self in place of the lion, not out of fear, but out of fluidity and merging with oneness. Then it unveils the natural faith by removing the dust of self-confidence and by cleansing the mental attacks. Then the unavoidable human mask, the false I, puts itself in the right position of the servant of all that is. Then the inner omnipotent Hercules rewrites each personal success or failure through the eyes of the lion. The human experience, yes, it has powers beyond thought. But beyond thought, powers are not required nor searched. Beyond thought, beyond the human mask, beyond the conditioning, in the eternal being in which the soul floats, the eternal soul claims nothing, less even powers. Do you believe? Meaning, do you believe that the One has placed the human triad on this earth with no need for power, for selfishness, for confidence, morality, judgments, attention, despair, or competition? But I take it wrongly, and I say man has the power to co-create. Therefore, we must believe in oneself. I shall respect the personality that is all that I am. I I shall love myself. Press them, crush them to succeed, I say. I say they are mean, they are wrong, they are the bad ones, and one day I shall prove it. Or I say, I am a god, in order to be a god by grace, while still on this earth. Place the human self on the examination table. The watcher exists in divine grace. The watched one will start crying. Reactions of the human ego are not divine. There is a deeper knowing of the qualities of the soul, of the divinely inspired human actions on earth. Thoughts and emotions of the human field can only be acquired on earth. Grace is, however, grace has always been and will always be the nature of the soul. At night, I breathe in and out. I start writing my ego observation journal. All thoughts and emotions of the day belong to my ego, my mask, my personality. I breathe out my ego self and keep journaling. My soul will help me register the mental fuss and cleanse it. It is okay. It is safe. Austerity will naturally arise. To observe the limited character brings me back to existence consciously. I wish to ground my findings and try to substitute the harmful conditioning with my natural kindness, my childlike habits consciously. I journal. I don't get obsessed though. Can't speed it up. I'm sorry. I energize the physical entrance of the soul, my heart space, with prayer. Heart prayer, calling upon the donations of the One, mostly patience, kindness, humility. Combined with conscious breathing, letting go of thoughts. Days will come. My journal will explode with ego reactions, self-hatred, disbelief, criticism. One side of the coin fights the other side. The soul observes the two sides. I have faith. I see patterns. I get rid of repetitions. I let the human life flow into the hands of the One. I respect creation. I respect my human life. Heart prayer to the One for all humans to stop fighting against the lion. Dear Diary, good night.